Hey guys, and welcome to the Lazy Lemon Creations podcast. My name is Lindsay. You can find me on Instagram as Lazy Lemon Creations, and you can find me on Ravelry as Lazy Lemon. This is my crafting podcast, all about knitting, crochet, and anything else that I get into, which I haven't in months. So yeah, just knitting and crochet for now. But I'll leave that door open for whenever the creativity strikes to do diamond painting or cross stitch. I live in the heart of the New River Valley with my husband and our 2 kids. My husband is at work. My 2 kids are upstairs in bed. It is Thursday, August 1st at 10:29 at night because I don't think I know how to do a podcast in the middle of the day. Give me 2 weeks though, and we'll see how that works out. But yeah, for now we do nighttime podcasts, and you guys will probably see this on Saturday the 3rd. Tomorrow, Friday, is a very busy day for us. We have wellness checkups before school. My daughter has a hair appointment. I have a grocery pickup. We've got a lot going on tomorrow, so I don't know if I'll be able to sit down and edit to get this posted in time for tomorrow, but it'll be up on Saturday. So let's jump into everything. The last time you guys heard from me was back in July. I think it was like the 10th or something like that. And I was supposed to record last week, but surprise! My sister had her baby, which you guys already knew about, and I've been spending a lot of time in West Virginia because of that. So last week, while I did have content, I just wasn't home to record. I spent as much time as I could with her to help her adjust to motherhood, and then her fiance had to go right back to work pretty soon after the baby was born, so I wanted to help her adjust to home life as well. So I have enjoyed that. And also this past week, 2 days ago, was mine and my husband's anniversary. 8 years married on the 30th of July. Almost said June, but nope, it was July. And it was a great time. We had the best day just being the 2 of us, and yeah, it's been great. So let's jump into the FOs that I have done since the last time you guys watched. The first one is here. Sorry, it's going to take me a minute because I don't have any of these on blockers like I'm supposed to, but the longer it takes me to put them on blockers, the more content I have, right? The longer the video is, right? Nah, just bear with me here. Just gonna slide these socks on. Honestly, I might even edit that out. I don't know. Editing Lindsay, what did I do? Okay. So the first FO that I have, yeah, we're gonna do FOs, then we're gonna do whips, then we're gonna talk about July stash. And stay tuned for that because wow. So for the first FO that I have, this was a whip last time. Okay, there they are. Look at those socks, look how nice. The ends are woven in, even though I hate that part. But the ends are woven in on these. These are called Frankly Lisa by Mama Jess Knits. I'm gonna do a close-up here of some of those colors. The purple, the pink, the green, the blue, the yellow. There's also some orange a little bit into the sock as well, but it's absolutely gorgeous. A very nice speckled yarn, and the black contrast is Knit Picks Felici in the colorway Midnight. And so those socks were knit on Magic Loop, Chalgoo, red lace, 1.5 needle, which is a 2.5 millimeter needle. And those socks were started on June 29th and they were finished on July 16th. And so I have those here. Those were 58 grams for these socks that I have here. Now, again, take a real close look, because we've got the purple, we've got the yellow speckles and stuff like that, because the next pair that I have look almost identical to them. So we're going to get the next pair set up. Can you tell I don't do this for a living? Okay, the next pair that I have, again, they look almost identical, but they're different. Okay, these socks are also from Mama Just Knits. And let's get a close up on these. That is brown, red, some pink, blue, and green. These socks are Vintage Christmas by Mama Just Knits, with the contrast black being Midnight Black Knit Picks Felici. Those were started on the 17th of July and finished on the 31st. I finished them yesterday with weaving in those pesky ends that I detest. I do not like weaving in ends, which I shouldn't do contrast heels, toes, and cuffs if I don't like weaving in ends, but I like the look of it. It just looks so crisp. But these socks, like here's the Frankly Lisa socks, and this is the Vintage Christmas socks. They're almost identical. Same yarn dyer, same base, same concept. And it didn't help that I decided to do the cuffs and toes in black as well. So I'm going to have to really look at these socks when I go to do my laundry to make sure I pair up Christmas with Christmas and not Christmas with Lisa and vintage with Frankly, and you know, just mixing that around. But did I say that those were started? Yes, those were started on July 17th and finished yesterday on the 31st. And those were 56 gram socks. And so now those two pair of socks are done, and I have a third pair. Look at me go. Granted, it's been probably 3 weeks. I don't know. Yeah. From the 10th to now, it's definitely been at least 3 weeks. So the next pair that I have just Okay. The next pair that I have came out of nowhere. I just was sitting here one day and really felt the need to cast on some Knit Picks Felici. So I did. And this here is the colorway Yipes Stripes, or at least I hope it's Yipes, I don't know. But I've got both of them here. They look wonderful. I love these socks. The heel flap and toe is gray. I really want to say that it is Gothic Smoke by Yarn Cafe Creations. It is the only gray that I have. I really want to say that the gray is Gothic Smoke from Yarn Cafe Creations. It's the only one that I have caked up in my stash from when I did my Harry Potter Club. But I could be wrong, but I'm like 90% sure I'm right. So if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but if I'm not, yay! But these colors are absolutely great with the green, the red, the pink, the yellow, and the white. And they match. They're identical down to the last toe. So yeah, I really enjoyed making these. Those were started on July 16th, and I actually finished those on the 24th. I actually finished those before the Vintage Christmas, but I wanted to show Vintage Christmas and Frankly Lisa back to back because I'm crazy. Hold on. So those were my socks, and those were 60 gram socks. And that's all my FOs that I have. So I'm going to put my blockers back in my cubby, back there. And then put my socks over here. So that is it that I have for my FOs that I finished in July. And then let's jump into whips, and then let's get into stats. Okay? So for whips, this one I am so excited about. I am so excited to be working on these socks. I want to say it was last fall. It could have been last summer as well. I'm not 100% sure when I bought this yarn. I could go back to my Instagram and check because I cast them on basically right as soon as I got them, but I can't truly remember, which is okay. I decided to cast on 2 socks at the same time. They are both currently living in my pumpkin spice fall latte bag from Happy Little Yarn. I love this bag so much. It's orange. It's my favorite color. And then I am a huge coffee drinker, which, by the way, I don't know if it's because I'm 30 or what, but like for the past week, hot coffee that I've made at home, brewed myself, added my creamer, has given me heartburn. Every single time I have had it. Iced coffee doesn't do it, but hot brewed coffee does, and I don't know why. And I don't want to give it up, but I also don't want the heartburn either, so I'm really conflicted. Should I just suffer through? I don't know. But back to the projects that I was talking about. I am working on these socks that, hold on, I gotta find the right notes for it. Okay, one of them I cast on Monday and one of them I cast on yesterday. I had to remember which one I cast on Monday. Sorry, I knew which one I cast on Monday. I had to figure out what day I casted it on. I knew which one was first, I just didn't remember the day. So, the first thing I have here, it's a whip, okay, is this yarn. Oh, look at my little charm there from Twin Mountain Handcrafts. It's a heart. I love that. That's my little progress keeper. It's actually what I use to count my heel flap. So this is my typical sock recipe, which all of my FOs follow this exact same recipe. Every sock I knit follows this recipe. It is 64 stitches circumference. I do a 20 row cuff of 2x2 rib, nice and stretchy. Then I do a 30 row, sorry to hit the camera with my needles, I apologize. I do a 30 row leg before I get into my heel flap and gusset. I do my heel flap and gusset, I do my foot, and I do my toe, and that's how I do my socks. But this colorway is from Cozy Cauldron Fiber Co. and it is in the colorway Monster Mash. And I want to say this was one of last year's like fall Halloween colors, and I just love it. I can't stop thinking about this yarn. And so the contrast, again, going back to the gray that I have, 90% certain it is Yarn Cafe Creations in Gothic Smoke, because outside of Knit Picks Felici Ash, that's the only gray that I have, and this does not feel like Knit Picks Felici. If you know, you know. And so this was started on Monday, and I just finished picking up all my gusset stitches, and I think I've knit like 1 round, and so I'm at a good holding spot to catch the other sock up, because I'm working them technically 2 at a time, but not. You'll see what I mean here. This one is my other whip. Again, 20 row cuff of 2x2 knit, and I am working on the leg of this sock in these amazing toasted brown, caramel, cream, and just, it's absolutely perfect. This colorway is toasted marshmallows. The concept is the same. I'm working them at the exact same time. I got to the heel flap and gusset on this one, so I started it, finished that today. I am going to work this one up to the heel flap and gusset and probably do that tomorrow, and then I will finish the decreases on this one, then I'll go back to this one, and I'm just alternating between them both, back and forth, and then I'm going to finish them both off in this for the toe, and then start their second socks as well. So this, I think, will get me working on them a little faster. I have no idea if it's actually going to work, but I'm going to do it anyway. Oh, Roasted Marshmallows is the name of that colorway, because I do have the label for Cozy Cauldron Fiber Co. right there. It's the exact same label for the Monster Mash colorway. It's just not in the bag. And so I put the contrast down at the bottom because I don't need it until the end. And then I put one ball on the left-hand side and I tuck in my needles pointing down. And then I take the other ball and put it on the right-hand side. And take my needles and tuck them down. I should probably handle them with a little bit more care, but I don't. It is raining outside. And they all fit in my bag. Both socks, both sets of needles, everything's in there, nice, snug, and I still have enough room to cinch it up. It's not overstuffed. It's great. It's wonderful, and I love that. I don't know if you guys can hear that rain, but it just pelted my house. Like, it came down very hard, very fast, all of a sudden. So that is my current whip for socks. And then I have one more whip. I am crocheting again. No big surprise. There is a family at our church that just adopted a brand new baby girl from the NICU. Baby Chloe just got to come home, and I was unable to attend the baby shower due to being with my sister, but I want to make her something. She is absolutely gorgeous. I cannot wait to get my hands on her in the nursery in due time. But I'm crocheting using my Susan Bates, woohoo, let's see if we can get it to focus. Susan Bates, it's an H hook, which is a 5mm. That's what I'm using, like always. And I am crocheting another, I call it a gingham blanket, picnic blanket, buffalo plaid, however you want to think of it as. But this is the one that I'm doing now with a whole bunch of purple. The light purple is called, I don't have its label. I don't have its label. Yeah, the light purple. The light purple is orchid. The white is white, and the dark purple is amethyst. And on everything but the corner one, I believe. Yeah. So everything from the first 2 rows except for the corners, I have all the ends woven in, see? And then those 3 that I have done recently. And I took it upon myself to keep track of how many days I actually work on a blanket, to know how long it takes me to make said baby blanket. And so far I have done 15 squares to this blanket. And I have put, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this unless I tuck it in front of the blanket. Can you see that chain there? Probably not. That's terrible. It's not really the lighting on it. It's just the life. It's just life. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, I have this chain of stitch markers, and I have 5 of them on here. So I have made these 15 squares in 5 days. Now, they have not been consecutive 5 days, but that tells me that so far, that's where my work is. And it helps me to keep track of where I'm at in my blanket for the time being. So, let's get into July stats, because I was terrible. You'll find out what I mean. Okay, so for the month of July of 2024, I knit 4 pairs of socks. I knit the green and purple scrappy ones that I detested, which I've worn them once and they're so comfortable to wear. I just detested them because I don't like making scrappy socks. That's the only reason. I actually love the socks, detest the method. That's how I should phrase that. Anyway, the second pair were the Frankly Lisa, the third pair were the Yipes Stripes, and the fourth pair were the Vintage Christmas socks. So, for my grams out for the month of July was 232 grams, which I'm actually pleasantly surprised because most of the time it's only about 100 grams, maybe 150 if I'm feeling froggy. So I was very thankful to get that many grams out. Now let's talk about those grams in. I got one order of yarn, which was 125 grams that came in for my Freckled Whimsy Halloween Club. And then I got 3,000 grams of yarn. Let me explain. I know someone else who is expecting a baby, and they are having a little boy. So when I went to buy the yarn to make the baby blanket for the little girl at church, I also picked up yarn to make a baby blanket for the little boy that is also coming at the end of this year. So I have this whole bag filled with yarn. I'll show you. Excuse the crinkling. So I got white. I got the purple orchid color. Then I got the purple amethyst color. And so those are the three that make up the baby girl's blanket. So then for the baby boy's blanket, again, the white. And then I got this green, which is mid green. And then I got this green, which is forest. And so I got 3 of each color because I knew I had some white left over from my sister's baby blanket, which was pink in the exact same style. And so I was using some of that already to make my sister's baby blanket so that I didn't have to worry about it. And I'm not making these blankets huge, and it will... Let me set that back down. Whew. There we go. That will give me leftover yarn. Clearly, it was 15 skeins of yarn at 199 grams each. So I just rounded it to 200 grams each times the 15 skeins gave me my 3,000 grams in. So, holy smokes, that was a lot. But, it's going to get used eventually. But the one baby blanket, like I said, it's already claimed for a baby girl at church. Then the baby boy, he's going to be born late this winter. Then my church also does an event called Crafters for Christ. And they meet up on the first Thursday of every month. When my husband doesn't have to work, I do attend. But on nights like tonight when he's at work, I can't just leave the kids and be like, adios. So they meet up the first Thursday of every month, and we make things for different organizations, for the church, like Project Linus. We make chemo caps. We make infant caps, like infant hats for babies. We make the crochet or the knitted knockers. I was about to say, what's the fake boobs? But yeah, the knitted knockers, we make those. And just any sort of organization that we can align to and help out. And also just within our church community as well. If we know someone's having a baby or anything like that, it's just a chance for us all to get together. I'm going to be making more blankets, and we will see where they end up. We might donate them again through the church, or by the time that I actually use them, I might have more friends and family having more babies, and so it'll get used that way. But regardless, the yarn, while 15 skeins does seem excessive, it will make me 3 girl blankets and 3 boy blankets fairly easy. So while it's a lot, it's also going to get used and it'll stretch over time, meaning I won't have to buy for a while, unless someone tells me specifically that their yarn colors are different. Yarn colors, nursery colors, I guess, I don't know, are different, and like they've commissioned a blanket or something. So regardless, I'm excited for that. But yeah, my grams in was 3,125 grams and my grams out was 232. So that is all I have for my stats. Would you like to see my Freckled Whimsy yarn? You would? Okay, great. Let me get it out of the package. Okay, I've actually not taken this one out of the package yet, but I have seen it and I love it so much. I'm so excited for this one. This is the Freckled Whimsy Halfway to Haunt's Halloween yarn club that she has. If this is not something that you want to see, if you don't want to be spoiled with it, look away because I'm getting ready to show it to you. And this was August's colorway. This is August's colorway that we just got into the month of. Is that right? I've got May, June, July. It is. Okay, so this is August colorway and this is the first. I just got it on Monday. So if this is something that you don't have yet and you don't want to see, look away. I thought that you got the yarn at the end of the month that the club was in. I'm totally backwards on my thought process, but that's okay. It is what it is. So here we go. Look away now, plug your ears, run away, or just, I don't know, be spoiled. The colorway is Home Sweet Haunted Home. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. Actually, let's look at this side. Look at that. The pinks, the blues, the browns, the creams. There's a little bit of green in there too. It might be a little hard to see. Maybe if I kind of turn it and rotate it. But look at this mini. Can you say it's the perfect mauve, like wine color? Oh my gosh, that's absolutely gorgeous. I love it so much. I think at one point that was Kay of the Crazy Sock Lady's favorite color, is like that reddish purple wine color. Oh, I love it dearly. So this is a 100 gram full skein with a 25 gram mini, and it's a 12 stripe repeat. So that's going up there to go into my Halloween bucket, which it's right there. More gray yarn. Finding all sorts of stuff. But that's it. That is all the yarny stuff that I have. It's 100% done. Next is just reading and watching, life, and a wrap up. So, reading and watching. I finished all of the ACOTAR books. All 5 that are in print, but 4 real books. And I enjoyed them. I did. The second book was my favorite. It just tore at my heartstrings so much. The second book was my favorite. And the series was really good. I am excited to see where it goes from here. Now that means that I am back to reading the Lightbringer series that my husband requested. And it's just such a different writing style. One was written by a woman, one was written by a man, one is high fantasy, one is romantasy. And his books are just so, like Tolkien. Takes you 12 pages to describe a tree, or in this case, to describe the water or a bridge or something. And it just, I don't know. It just makes a big deal out of nothing, if that makes sense. It's so descriptive, and my husband loves this series, especially because he's colorblind. Not like full black and white colorblind. He is red-green colorblind. And so for him, the description of all the vivid colors in the series is absolutely fantastic, which it is. I have to say, if there is ever a series that needs to be adapted from book into movie, this is it. Because you can picture it in your head so clearly, so vividly. You can tell how many paces it takes to get from one door to the other because he tells you. Anyway, it's just, it's a lot. It's a lot to go from one reading style to the next. So I'm reading that on my Kindle, which should mean I should be able to read it faster, but I'm not. And then I have Throne of Glass. And I'm going to try, because those are physical books, I'm going to try and read those during the day to the best of my ability and see how that works. And then read the Lightbringer series at night, which I'm typically not a 2-book reader. I can't juggle 2 books at once, which is why I didn't read ACOTAR and the Lightbringer series at the same time. But I think I need to have something. This is going to sound terrible. I think I need something to look forward to in the daytime so that when I'm reading at night, it's not a drag. So he says that this happens at this point in the series and that I'm so close to the pivotal point where everything changes and it's amazing. And I just have to persevere. And so I'm trying really hard because, oh, let me get on this. My husband, my amazing husband, decided to say, you know, you're reading my series. Let me read one of your series. What's one of your series that you would recommend? And I gave him 3 options. I don't remember the first one, but one of them was Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard, and the second one was Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. And he chose Fourth Wing. And so he read all of Fourth Wing, and he is over halfway through Iron Flame. And he's sitting here talking to me about everything, and he's guessing at things that happened in the books. And I'm like, that'd be interesting, wouldn't it? Because I can't say, because he doesn't know yet. He doesn't know that he knows. But yeah, he's the type of person that can read a book and tell you what's going to happen by the end of the book, just because why wouldn't it? And it annoys me in a cute way, because it's just like, I was shocked by what happened in the books. I was surprised, and I love those twists that the books took. He has called them out without even being finished with them, and I'm like, darn it. So then he's sitting there telling me about his book series and how he never saw those twists coming. And I'm like, well, then I'm really not going to see them coming. Who knows? But yeah, that's it for reading. And for watching, I've not been watching anything. Like I said, I've been spending a lot of time in West Virginia. We've been spending any other available free time with the kids, because my daughter starts school in 2 weeks and my son starts school in a month. So we want to use this last little snippet of summer. Excuse me. And do bike riding and pool swimming and water balloons and just being outside with some chalk and just enjoying our time together. But yeah, so I've not been watching anything, except I do have YouTube up and I do watch my podcast, The Fantasy Fangirls. And then also I'm watching Elise Myers as well. She crocheted a Granny Square sweater. And I just really like the way her mind works. And as someone else with ADHD, I 100% relate to thinking you have a foolproof plan, and then in retrospect, it's not what you wanted. So big props to her for working and finishing that sweater. But yeah, that's it. That's all I have. I will see you guys on Saturday when you get to watch this, because like I said, tomorrow is going to be a very busy Friday. And that's it. I gotta stop saying and. I don't want to do a count, but it was a lot. I hope you guys have a great weekend. I should be back within 2 weeks, because my daughter will have started school by then and my days will be free. So that's exciting, because who knows how Lindsay reacts in the middle of the day. That's going to be a whole new side of me. Let's go. But y'all have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy the month of August. If you're ready to decorate for fall, decorate for fall. If you want to hold out for summer, hold out for summer. And just enjoy the season that you're in. Enjoy whatever you want to enjoy in the season of life that you're in. We're still in summer, but I am 100% here for fall. So I will talk to you guys later. Bye.